I want to talk to you about Karen Bass. Just when we thought that LA Mayor Karen Bass couldn't get any lower, there are reports that she refused to follow Donald Trump's directive to honour Charlie Kirk and ordered local fire stations to not lower their flags to half staff. Now, her order was also met with criticism, of course, and some fire stations defied her instructions. But, I mean, it really shows how heartless she is, Brittany.
Well, and I wonder how she what she would have done with the George Floyd killing. It was a completely different reaction from her. I just want to know why. Why couldn't she pay the respect and tribute to this man? He influenced millions. He had such a ripple effect, his cause and what he was doing on college campuses with the younger generation and the youth in terms of politics. You don't have to have had to agree with his ideologies and his way of thinking, but he was a huge political figure in our time, connected as up there with MLK Jr. I mean, this is a man who took so many people. And, just what he did was just so amazing. Why not give him that honor and respect?
Well said. And I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, the message that Charlie Kirk would share with the world about putting faith in God, loving your family, loving your country, I think more people need to listen to him. Now, Charlie Kirk's wife, Erica Kirk, has shown so much strength, so much grace since witnessing the love of her life be killed in such a horrific way. And she shared this memory of Charlie speaking to one of their children.
Story time. So we're here at Bill's Burgers in New York City, and right near this very table was the first time Dad met Mama. And it started as a job interview. And I was asking all these questions, philosophy, religion, Jesus. And then I realized Mama was beautiful and smart and elegant and Christ-like. And so I said, forget this job interview. I want to date you. And I said, I have enough friends. And that's where your journey started.
Brittany, I really admire Charlie and Erica Kirk for how much love and respect they showed each other, and they were so public about that. I think they were such a great example to young people.
Oh, I know. I get chills watching that. Did you notice how when she's filming and he kept looking up at her, at his while talking to his daughter? And I think this just encompasses so much about Charlie Kirk, of just how he was just first and foremost a man of God, man of his wife, just an amazing husband and devoted father. It's tough to watch. I know you got emotional last week. You were so raw and real, and I think we all loved seeing that so much, because this is the effect he had on so many of us across the world, because this was really him. I mean, look at this. I mean, what a beautiful moment. This is what he was preaching. This is what he was talking about. This is what he was debating, just getting back to, finding God, finding a higher power, praying, being with family, putting them first. I just, it's the chilling video, and it's so sad, the entire thing.
Thank you for saying that. I mean, so many of us right around the world are just absolutely heartbroken, because we all knew what Charlie was really like, as you say, man of God, and watching videos of him with his family, it's just devastating. Before I let you go, Brittany, I want to talk to you about the Emmys. The 77th Emmy Awards were presented on Sunday, and isn't it interesting? Not a single word was uttered at the awards about Charlie Kirk's murder, which is, of course, the most high-profile killing of a political figure since the 60s in America. Although one award winner found time to make a political message, and this is part of Hannah Einbinder's Emmy acceptance speech. Take a listen.
I just want to say, finally, go Birds, and free Palestine. Thank you.
So F-ICE and Free Palestine. So an endorsement for Hamas, it seems, right there.
So a couple of things. I used to cover the Emmys. I've covered many, many Emmys. And progressively, I will say, it was getting more and more political and more progressive as the years were going by. And watching this the other night, first of all, I couldn't even watch it in its entirety because it was so bad. It's no wonder the ratings are at an all-time low. This is a woman here who is very young. She's Jewish. I'm Jewish. I don't want her to be in our tribe. That's for sure. She's so delusional and brainwashed. I would say one thing to people like this, because, let's remember, she's saying and spouting off free Palestine and F ICE while she goes in her SUV with her security in her gated community in Los Angeles and then goes to sleep at night, right? Why don't you get a one-way ticket to Gaza and actually really educate yourself about the region and really understand what's going on there versus using this platform to just spew disgusting stuff when you have such a following with these youngsters watching. It was so disgusting to me. And I really hope she doesn't work again in Hollywood because you know what? People are starting to wake up. Read your lines, read your script. You are a paid actor. You're not a politician. You're not out here trying to convince anyone of anything. Then go to Gaza. If you're that, if you want to do this, go to Gaza.
Absolutely.
Then you want to report back at the next Emmys.
Yeah, isn't it interesting as well, some of the people who are celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, they claim to be supporters of the LGBTQI plus community, and at the same time they appear to be pro-Hamas. I mean, it's just so hypocritical. One last question before... So the hypocrisy is insane, especially out of Hollywood, and it's from some of these lefties.
She tries to be this feminist, and yet did you see how they had to blur her? Hamas praised her, and they had to blur her off the shoulder dress, and yet she's this feminist. And it's like, do you even know what Hamas will do? There's the picture. Yes.
There it is.
Thank you. There it is. Exactly. So Hamas, they post something about praising her, what she says, yet they have to blur her dress. And here she is for, women and women's rights and all that and LGBTQ community. And yet does she have any idea what they do in Gaza if you say you're gay?
Yeah, no, and she doesn't want to call that out either, does she? What about calling out Hamas? Anyway, it's absolutely unbelievable. Before I let you go, Brittany, Oscar award-winning Hollywood legend Robert Redford is being remembered as one of the finest actors ever. He died in his sleep at the age of 89 in his home in Utah, and you had the honour of interviewing him for Entertainment Tonight a few years ago. I mean, can I get your reaction to the news?
Yeah, I mean, I remember meeting him and I was just like I was awestruck because it's Robert Redford. He is a legend. And I just remember out of all of these celebrities that I interviewed over the years working for Entertainment Tonight and CBS News back in the day, he was one of the most charismatic, special people I've ever interviewed. Interesting life and hard worker. And I remember giving him a gift in the middle of our interview. I gave him a fishing lure because he was a huge fisherman and he was so grateful and thankful and just very soft-spoken and such a gentleman. But what a life he lived, 89 years old, life. May we all live that long, God willing. And I mean, he was a legend. They don't really make them like him anymore.
No, they don't, do they? Brittany Hopper, independent journalist, thank you so much for joining us on Power Hour. Always so wonderful to speak with you.
For having me and all that you do.